I set up a quick and dirty gym area in the shed next to the house, and Kelly and I have really been enjoying having it. It's so handy to be able to go out there anytime and get a workout in. But with no insulation or heat, and with a sliding door that the wind blows right through, it's very cold in the winter. And we also quickly realized how small the single-car garage area as a gym space was. We decided it was worth doing up right, knowing a nice gym would be something we'd be using every day. I walled off half the garage when I set the temporary space up, and decided to take the partition down and use both sides. That's one of the perks of driving a dirty old farm pickup. I don't have to stress too much about it being garaged. I pulled down all the plywood and framed in a used French door we found at a restore. I thought it'd really make the space feel bigger if I opened up the ceiling by taking out the trusses and installing a ridge beam. The hard part of this for me was figuring out how to support everything while I made the switch. Luckily there's not too much weight on the roof, with just the tin, and I was able to install some temporary supports down to the ground. I hesitantly cut things apart, and it seemed to hold steady. I'm using a 4x12 for the ridge beam, which means I needed to trim each rafter back an inch vertically. I wasn't quite sure how I was going to get the heavy beam into place. I figured I could make it most of the way with some come-alongs, which one end I attached to the forklift. It's a lot of work, but I was really happy with how it turned out. Both sides of the beam were supported with vertical beams going to the ground. It definitely opened the space up a lot. I installed some recessed lighting, ran a bunch of electrical, and installed a small heater, which I figured would be enough for this room once I had everything well insulated. I also installed a small window, which I bought used as well, mostly to have the option of being able to use a window AC unit if it gets hot in the summer. One of my biggest mistakes on this project was buying 12-foot lengths of 5/8 inch drywall. I was just thinking 12 foot would mean less seams to mud, but man, that stuff is tough to move. I'm sticking with 8 foot in the future. I don't think I'd be tough enough to put up drywall for a living, but I kind of enjoy it every once in a while for some reason. The hardest part was notching out around the cans. And lifting the heavy sheets, of course. Once all the drywall is up, I taped up the seams and started mudding, which is another thing I kind of enjoy doing, as long as it's every once in a while. I gave the drywall some primer and 3 coats of paint. I left one wall to cover with some nice birch plywood. It'll be the wall that has the pull-up bar, the heavy bag, and we'll throw medicine balls against. And I thought it would just look nice too. To go with the plywood wall, I used the same birch plywood for the windows and door trim as well. The window trim I thought I might as well put together in my wood shop, and then I would set it in place all done on the window frame. I used the biscuit joiner to help hold the faceboards flush with each other. Probably a little overkill, I don't know. And I rounded over all the edges. I left the 4x12 beam exposed, which I rounded over and sanded down. I swept and vacuumed all the dust really well before applying 5 coats of polyurethane with a light sanding in between each. I'm putting down 3/4 inch horse saw mats on the floor, which I think works great as a gym floor. They're heavy and have a rough, grippy bottom, so they stay put. I left all the cuts about 1/4 inch long and compressed them into place, so hopefully gaps don't open up between the mats. And then it was move-in day. I scored a nice used TV. I mounted the pull-up bar nice and high, so I don't have to bend my knees. I I moved in the dumbbell set and kettlebells I had previously made, along with a used trainer from my brother-in-law and a treadmill we found off Craigslist. Man, I'm realizing how cheap I am. All in, it was about 2 months of my evenings and weekends, and around $3,000 I think. Every single project I've done, I think I've underestimated how long it'll take and how much it'll cost. But we're so excited to have this space, and I think it was well worth the investment. I still have some more things I'm going to build for the gym, and I'm going to save that for the next video.